This is new.
What's up, bro? Welcome to the Expendable Show. You know what's crazy is I look like my dad right now. If you think I look like my dad, drop some comments. I look just like my dad. This is my ex's wig. I found it. She left
Papa
it
Chuck
here
gonna
probably
get
because
you.
she probably thinks I look beautiful in this. I actually did a video. I did a short with that on the other day. It was fun.
Wow. Okay.
So with us today on the Expendable Show, the Congresswoman Maxine Waters. See, this is a whole thing. I just see you don't know who Maxine Waters is, do you?
I know exactly who Maxine Waters is.
Okay, so she just made the news the other day because she was on CNN doing an interview and she was messing with her weave the whole time.
Don't you start.
So
why you always gotta talk about our hair? Why y'all feel so comfortable talking about our hair?
We'll go watch the video. She did it for like 10 minutes.
It doesn't damn matter. That's her business. That's between her and her stylist. Why are you worried about it?
You know what? She's 100 years old. She can do whatever she wants. Unless she says go assault people like she did that one time in that one little speech she gave. She's about half a genius. Anyway, Shauna is here.
Don't let me hurt you.
So, the big topic of discussion for today. So, there's like not really a lot going on like on the Trump side of things. He's just kind of running around. He did like a little speech in Florida that was real nice. Like he's got his base. His base is doing what it's doing, and so everything's kind of like falling into place for Trump. So he doesn't really have to do anything too drastic. He did officially challenge Biden to 18 holes. So that challenge is there. It's out there. Yeah. I don't know. Trump golfs all the time. He was just golfing the other day.
Oh, he was.
He can drive it. I'll tell you that. I guess when you're that big, you're.
That's your damn handicap.
He says it's a 6.
He says I know Trump why.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Okay.
The dude owns his own golf course. You better have a good handicap if you're in your own golf course. You know what I'm saying?
Fair. That's fair.
Sheesh.
That's fair.
He's like John Daly, though. He's just big, just a big dude. Of course, John Daly would be out there smoking cigarettes and drinking beer while he golfs.
Oh my gosh.
He's my favorite golfer.
Oh God.
So on today's Expendable Show. So we're going to talk about the civil war that's going on amongst the Democrats. This is going to get ugly because the time for them to do things is starting to like tick by. And like there's going to have to be a decision. They're trying really hard to get Biden to get out of this race. Like it's every second of even Whoopi was like, what? And Whoopi's an idiot. So
even if he's in a home, I'm still voting for him.
Yeah.
God, I'm over it.
Yeah. Somebody said that they'd vote for him even if he was in a casket. So that's like, why? Why waste your vote on a dead person? That's just ignorant. That's ignorant, Blanket.
I'm gonna just say it like this. Everybody is entitled to feel how they want to feel. Do I agree with it? No.
Well, the big one today has been George Clooney. So he threw that big giant like fundraiser party for Biden like not even a month ago. And he was just quoted as saying, I love Joe Biden, but we need a new nominee. Like Clooney's like, nah, time to move on. He said it wasn't the same Joe Biden that he remembers. He said it's a different guy.
I mean, that's fair.
He said
that way.
he said one battle he cannot win is the fight against time. And George Clooney's right. And I don't want to throw a lot of shade at Biden, because you can tell the guy's suffering, and I feel bad, because at the end of the day, he's still a human being. And I don't like seeing people suffer. I've had, my great grandma had Alzheimer's, and so we watched that over a period of time transpire, and it was hard to watch at times.
I mean, yeah, of course it's hard, especially like, of course it's hard, but I'm saying like all these people around him. I mean, obviously not his son, because he's too busy doing cocaine, but
what?
I mean, you have a whole
allegedly.
Allegedly. But my whole thing is like, he has a whole wife who's a doctor. Like, you should be,
allegedly,
like taking better care of your son. I mean, of your husband.
I agree. It's a shit show. I'm just not. I don't understand how you, as a loved one, can allow the most cared person, like, if it's my wife up on stage going through all this, I'm having a tough time. I'm not going to let her embarrass herself on national TV. There's no way.
Yeah.
And for Hunter, he's a scumbag for doing that. We all know he's Hunter. I think even the liberals understand that Hunter's a scumbag. So I don't think that's I don't think that's something that we can debate. But I do think that they need to make this stop. But Joe's he's too far gone.
I mean, also too, what about his advisors? Like, isn't this part of their job to?
So let me explain to you. Let me explain to you how some of this works. So generally, when you have like your staffers and stuff for a president, they're usually like barely out of college kids that are just fresh, kooky ideas that help you come up with stuff. But I mean, Biden does have his group of like senior advisors that are people that have been around for a while, and those are the people that. So at the end of the day, it's ultimately Biden's decision, and he may have staffers that are saying, "Hey, Joe, you need to step away from this. You're getting a lot of heat from your own party. The media's not backing you anymore. This he'd be lucky to get 20% of the vote right now. Like, that's how bad it is. Everybody knows it.
Like, once again, it just goes back to our last one on Sunday, when at the end of the day, you have to be honest. Like, look at how he looks. Like, my thing is, do you want, like, everybody was saying so many things about Trump, like including myself, because I was like, why are you on Twitter as the president of a whole country, like arguing with other people, like celebrities on Twitter? Like, that's just too much. Like, you're a whole diplomat now. Like, you need to like carry yourself as one. But it's just like, so many people had so many issues with that, and Trump doing that, and it with good reason, because I mean, obviously it was extreme and just didn't make sense. But also at the same time, like, if we're looking at Biden, like, he can barely do a press conference, and we're gonna trust that he's going to be able to sit down and make good decisions for our diplomacy. And we're like, oh, okay, you're going to go meet with other countries and
which
sit
he
down
just
with
did
their
today
diplomats
or yesterday,
and it's going to be okay. Like, if other diplomats from other countries are already like, you need another candidate as far as somebody that's going to lead the race in becoming your president, then like, America's already looked at as a joke. So adding him to the fire, and I'm not saying Trump is a better choice, I'm not saying that either, but I'm just saying, like, everybody that's just like, I'm voting for Joe, and it's just like, I mean, what exactly are you voting for? And then, like,
do they understand?
It was with Whoopi, she's like, he's had 4 years, and it's like, yeah, he's had 4 years, and look at our economy, it's shit. Like, it really literally is.
They think that if they just keep putting up these like fake statistics, like, just that we're going to buy it, and we're going to say, well, we already told you that the economy's great. Why are you not believing it? Well, because we're not seeing it. If Bidenomics is doing such a great job, then why is my personal finances suck so bad?
Right.
So that's you can't trick us when it affects us in our daily lives. Like gas just went up again.
I just want to
It's
point out also that
no, don't point it out.
all of the living situations that we're living in now happened under the Biden administration.
Right, right.
So like all of these corporations being able to buy up all these houses and nobody can like go and buy a house.
Yeah. Well,
That happened
that's
under
an issue.
Biden.
That's an issue that's an issue that nobody's really talking about either. It should be an issue because this is a situation a lot of people in America are having to deal with, where your rent is so high you can't even afford to live there. You have to have a multifamily situation or a partner. You can't single live anymore. It's too hard.
No, literally. Like I told you earlier, like somebody who's 2 houses down from me. If everybody doesn't know, Shauna lives in a golf course neighborhood, and literally 2 houses down from me didn't even know these people were renting because they've been living there for so long, like at least 8-10 years, and they're getting evicted on when I was coming home from work. Literally, they
Right.
had the marshal out here evicting these people, putting their stuff out in the middle of the street, taking mine. Like I said, these people have been living here for almost 10 years. So when you're seeing these things going on, it makes you what?
Nothing. I was just reading a comment.
Whoopi is voting for Biden and she left the country 8 years ago.
Nobody should listen to Whoopi, right, Colin?
We take Whoopi with a grain of salt because sometimes she says really good things.
Let me tell
and
you
then
something.
A lot of the times she says
listen, before we get too involved, I need to explain something.
Oh God, here we go.
Now we're commenting on the employee that is in our quarterly newsletter spotlight right now. So this is company celebrity in our comment section right now.
Shout us out, Colin.
Right. Corporal Colin. Corporal Good. United States Marine Corps.
Oh my God. Hey, hoorah. Yeah.
Yeah. See? There you go. That'll make him happy.
But
right. Nobody should listen to Whoopi. I agree with Colin. Whoopi very rarely says anything that's like correct.
That's what I said. You take her with a grain of salt because yes, I am kind of a big deal. Okay, Colin, not too much. Not too much. No, but
more.
But thank you for tuning in. But we take Whoopi with a grain of salt. We take her with a grain of salt. Sometimes she says some good things, very rarely, but she says good things and has good points every once in a while. So we take her with a grain of salt. That's what we do. Moving on, because everybody she hasn't
been relevant. Listen, Whoopi hasn't been relevant.
Everybody's hovering on this 2025. Everybody has the right of speech. So
wait, are we switching over to that now?
No, since everybody is, they're gonna take our rights away.
For one, Donald Trump is not he's not even going to use Project 2025. That system was created 3 years ago. It's just a terror tactic.
Look, here you go. It was created under his advisory.
Big whoop. He already created his own plan. That's called Agenda 47. That's has many contradictory things to Agenda 2025. So they can whine and cry all they want, but that's not even, it's just a suggestion. If you even look at the Heritage Foundation's website, they even say, this is not Donald Trump's plan. This is just our suggestion of what we would like to see. It's that it has options for him. But Donald Trump is not going to march to the beat of anybody's drum except his own. So, just because the Heritage Foundation said do this, he's not
okay.
Well,
I would like him back in office solely so he can get our economy back together and make it actually like livable again. If he does get back in office, please do that. Not from the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah, that's smart.
God, my aunt loves the Dixie Chicks, okay? Loves the Dixie Chicks.
Nobody loves the Dixie Chicks.
No, she loves the Dixie Chicks. Trust me.
Nobody loves the Dixie Chicks.
I'll let you talk to her about them one day. She loves the Dixie Chicks.
All right. We'll talk to your aunt about the Dixie Chicks sometime.
Yeah, she'll love it.
So
Anyway,
that's what Biden. So that's what going back. That's what Biden has going on. Like, so you have like one of the biggest A-listers in Hollywood that's been a major Democrat donor for a long time, George Clooney, saying dump Biden, and then you have George. What they call they? I saw a spoof where they made Biden say George Snuffleupagus, but it's George Stephanopoulos. But he's a contributor too, and he just interviewed Biden 2-3 days ago, and he got caught on a hot mic, saying I don't think Joe's going to make it 4 more years. We got to get him out of there. And so
because
that's the people.
reality is everybody sees it. Like as much, unfortunately, as much as social media is like making jokes about it, like on a serious note, he's not in good health. Like I won't say he's not in bad health, but there's definitely something going on. Like for real.
Yeah. Oh, it's most definitely. And so they are calling for that, like to get a neurology report. Even people in Biden's own like cabinet and his advisors are like, we just need to go ahead and get this done and release the findings, and we'll just see where everything falls into place after that, which I think that's probably the most honest thing that the Biden administration has ever said. But they need to do that. As much as I want Donald Trump to just roll all over Joe Biden to win the presidency, I also don't think that in the position that the United States is in right now as a country, when we have an election coming up in November, our president has dementia. Nobody sue me. It's my opinion that he has dementia. But we're vulnerable right now. We have so many things going on in our country. Our military's depleted. All of our munitions are going overseas. And so, we're in a tough spot where if somebody really wanted to cause some damage to us, they have a window of opportunity right now. And we have to think about that even though, I'd rather beat Joe Biden, I don't want to compromise American citizens at the same time. I got to put my pride aside and say, you know what, we're not safe right now as a country. We're compromised. And Joe Biden is not the man. He goes to bed at like 7 or 8 o'clock every night. What happens in the middle of the night? Are they going to wake his ass up and go, hey, the nukes are in the air. What do we do? I don't know. Where's my ice cream? We that's not going to fly. Somebody's got to be able to put their hand on the handprint thing and type in the nuclear codes.
Okay, so here's that then.
I watch lots of movies. That kind of works.
Oh my God. So knowing that, here's the question. We've talked about this before. Like, if the neurology test comes back and Joe's elevator ain't going all the way to the top, that means now it has to go to Kamala. How do you feel that will be?
Well, for one, she's a trash panda. So it has to happen. Kamala she will have to step into that role. She would have. So she can't, she could resign. She could say, I don't want it, but then she gives it to the Republican House Majority Leader Johnson. So then the Republicans would hold the presidency, which they won't let that happen. So Kamala would at least have to be the temporary president to finish out. What Biden should do is just finish out his term and let Kamala campaign. Because like what we talked about in a couple podcasts ago is that campaign money has to go to the Biden campaign. So Biden, Kamala. And so she's got to get that money. So if they put somebody else in there, they have to start all over with the campaign. And I just don't think there's enough time for them to recover that and to get a new agenda, because any of those candidates, whoever comes to the forefront, is going to have a platform. They're going to have a plan, and they're going to have to whip this up real quick and try to convince voters that this is a good way to go. And that's going to be very hard to do. So that's how I think it goes with Kamala. We really don't know what Kamala Harris's platform is on anything, because they pretty much don't let her do anything. They just say, "Hey, you stay in the back and stay quiet. Don't cackle so much, and let the Democrat white men do everything."
My girl living her best life. She just get to go on tour. Oh, we going out of the country. Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'd
That's
go
all
out
she
on a
do.
date with Kamala Harris.
No. You have fun. Y'all have a great time.
I'll tell you how it goes.
But
We're gonna talk about school buses for sure.
I don't know. But I'm saying yeah on that end, but I'm wondering how the people will react to it. That's the thing I'm wondering. I wonder how,
Well, I mean,
'cause in all honesty, there's not a, like, you would think her being a female and black that her popularity would be
is she
better,
black though?
but it isn't.
Are you
I
black if
mean,
you're Jamaican?
genetically she is. Does she claim it? That's a different story.
We
But
don't really know because her she's part Indian from India and she's part Jamaican.
well, Jamaican is black. That's Caribbean. So she's black.
Pirates aren't black. Not all of them.
I'm not finna play with you.
We're not gonna do
Not
the
even
pirate thing.
no, no. But I'm just thinking, like, with
Fine, I'll
her
be pirate
having
by
those
myself.
two things, I wonder how the people will react to her. But like I said, like, I don't feel like her popularity is there with the people. Like, I don't feel like she really
I
resides
just
with the people.
I just literally saw a Gallup poll. They just put it on there and they just showed that Trump's margin of victory as of right now against Kamala Harris for president is bigger. Trump wins by more.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you, Colin. So Biden,
so many comments to that, leaving it alone.
I have lots I could say to
We're gonna
that.
get
You know,
canceled. We're gonna get canceled.
I'm already shadow banned on everything I have.
Yeah, I'm not.
They only let me get up to like 250 views on TikTok, and then they cut me off.
250 or 250,000.
250. They don't even let me hit 1,000. They told me I talk about politics too much. Stupid commies. This is a China virus. They need to hurry up and make TikTok sell it.
Yeah, absolutely, Colin. Everybody thought they was gonna have a hot girl summer and they not having one because they all broke. So absolutely right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's lame. I'm tired of having to, like, wait on my homeowner's insurance to go up again or wait for my taxes to go up again. Like I'm like, man, one more financial disaster and I'm gonna be really upset.
Yeah, no, I agree. Everything's so expensive right now. It's crazy.
Right.
But
like I just want ice cream. Maybe I should be president. I like ice cream.
We've already talked about this. You don't pass the psych test.
Oh, that's right. I have to be dictator. I have to wait for martial law to happen. Then I can do whatever I want.
I'm so over you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
So,
I think it's really interesting right now.
well, the pressure is on Biden to get out. Everybody's pretty much saying it except Jill Biden. And I did look up that the esteemed Dr. Jill, because I wanted to know what she's a doctor of. She is a doctor in educational leadership. So that's what she's a doctor. She has a PhD in educational leadership from Delaware University, which we know how prestigious that is. So I don't even know what that means. Like, I think with that doctorate, you should be able to assess if your husband should probably go away or like maybe retire to Delaware and sit on the beach the rest of his life like he wants to do. He probably really wants to not be president anymore. And everyone's like, no, do it, Joe. We need
Joe
you.
getting liver spots and stuff.
Yeah, he looks
his
bad.
Skin looking wrinkly. His hair is like thinning out real bad. Like, He look like he's struggling to walk by himself. It's just so like even outside of where we don't know what's going on like
What's
you know
that
with
guy
his
on what's the one guy on Family Guy that's always like trying to get Chris all the time? He's like, "Come on over here, Chris." That's what Joe Biden
it
reminds
does
me of.
it does sound like a made up diploma. I ain't never heard of that day in my life. I'm gonna just be honest with you. And you know how many people I got in the educational field? I ain't never heard of that. Sounds of educational
Well,
leadership.
she's
What
obviously leading. You would think with that degree,
if
our
she has
education would be
anything
top
to
notch.
do with any of the laws that was passed about the curriculum that they've taken out of the school, they definitely got to go.
Listen,
They
I just looked.
definitely got to go.
I just looked at the average IQ of an American and where we rank. We rank like 60 something in the world in average IQ. We're like 74 or
What
something
you
like
said,
that.
educational
We're just a bunch of idiots over here.
leadership degree. What the freak is that? It says a 5-week course.
Well, she's a doctor. I'm going to go get my PhD in something. I want to make everybody call me doctor. Dr. Expendable.
This is for like principals, basically.
So she's just basically a super hyped up teacher.
The Master of Education, Educational Leadership prepares you to lead a pre-K to 12 school. You'll develop the strategies to design and implement a school vision,
Right.
as well as
So
advocate for the students.
So she's qualified to be a superintendent, probably.
Learn to solve problems and use data to drive change and become a thoughtful and responsive leader.
She became a
I'm
doctor.
just gonna. She became a doctor. I'm just gonna say it like this. If you're telling me that I can go and get this done in 5 weeks, then her being a doctor means absolutely nothing. And on top of that,
should we call you Dr. Maxine Water?
It's on top of that, it's saying that it's to help you make good like leadership skills based off of data for the curriculum for students. Jill, look at your husband. Look at the data. He's not popular in these streets right now. You have the degree to figure this out. This is something that you need to be like, okay, you know what, Joe, I think we just need to retire. Look, let's just be done.
I'm gonna add to that and say like she's so good at being a doctor of educational leadership that she has a son that does a lot of cocaine, jerks off to porn in hyperbaric chambers, and blows paint through a straw and calls it art.
Let's see.
Good job, Jill.
She did it in the University of Delaware.
Yeah,
or Delaware University.
It's probably like an online school. So she really got it done even like it's like 2 hours a week of classwork.
I'm trying to pull it up.
There's only like 10 people that live in the whole state of Delaware, so. But anyway, while Sean is trying to read, so there are several representatives amongst the Democrats that have officially asked Joe Biden to step down. Those people are the following: Angie Craig from Minnesota, Lloyd Doggett from Texas, Raul Grajavala from Arizona. I probably butchered that. Jim Himes from Connecticut, Seth Moulton from Massachusetts. Big one right here, Jerry Nadler from New York. Please. Bob's Drive. That's probably correct. Then there's Mike Quigley from Illinois, Mikey Sherrill from New Jersey, Adam Smith from Washington, Mark Takano from California, and Pat Ryan from New York. So there's several, and the list, there's more and more every day. Like they just jump out and say, Biden needs to go. So this is a problem. The Democrats have a big problem. If your party's not even going to, back the candidate, then he's not going to win. This is a disaster for the Democrats. And we're going to talk about what all that means here in a second when I go through. So CNN compiled a list of, hey, there's our staff sergeant. So so CNN compiled a list of potential for for Joe Biden. Obviously, Kamala Harris is number one. Then you have the most failed mayor in the United States, the former mayor of South Bend, Pete Buttigieg. We all know what he's about. Then we have the great Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren. And then we have
Hey, Sarge.
I run for something. I run for something and lose every time. Amy Klobuchar, who makes no sense. Her tweets, she has the dumbest tweets on Twitter. I'm telling you that right now. Amy Klobuchar is very, very small-minded, low IQ individual. And nobody likes you, Amy. Then there's Roy Cooper, who knew no one's heard of this dude, but CNN must needed a longer list of people, so they put people that
Yeah,
I
because
think
I've
they
never
made,
even heard of him.
yeah, I feel like they just made that one up. And then there's Mitch Landrieu, who was the former mayor of New Orleans, and he was a huge disaster. Like the liberals have this thing of like, if you fail at your normal job, we'll promote you. That's kind of how they look at things, I think. Just fail at your normal job and we'll give you a better one.
Oh, man.
I should be a liberal. Like I might be like vice president of our company if they just do that.
Please, God.
Facts. Then there's Gina Raimondo, she's a nothing. And here's a good one. Gretchen Whitmer. You fail up. That's right, Sarge. You fail up. That's what you got to do. Sometimes to go up, you got to go down. Think about that.
I cannot. Oh, God.
That took you like 10 minutes. So this is a delayed response, Shauna. You're supposed to laugh at my jokes faster.
I'm so sorry.
Anyway. Yeah, Biden does fall up the stairs. I've never seen somebody do that. It's like amazing. It's like he's in an alternate reality that's flipped upside down.
The memes of him falling is hilarious. Like I've laughed at it for hours.
They're so funny. Like I would probably be suicidal, I think, if I got made fun of that much. I would never come out.
Well, he's so old. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even see half of it.
Man, he sees it. That dude's got a wall with like 35 TVs on it with like different channels. He sees it. It's probably playing like on 10 of those TVs all the time. Yes. Fail up. That's what you do. Fall up the stairs. Talent. Anyway, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, this woman is evil. I don't know if you've ever paid too much attention to Gretchen Whitmer. But
her name's Gretchen. So she sounds like she's out of Hansel and Gretel. So I think maybe.
Right. And you know what Gretchen rhymes with? Gretchen rhymes with scratching. So that's what I call her, Scratching Whitmer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Doesn't really rhyme, but that's how I always remember who she is. Scratching Whitmer. Because she's always scratching and clawing across everybody who gets in her way. She's legitimately a psychotic woman. I don't like to say that. Yes, I do. But Gretchen Whitmer is a psychotic woman. I would not be able to sleep in the same bed as her without keeping one eye open all the time. Me and Gretchen Whitmer are not going out on no dates.
I can't. Okay.
Then there's Phil Murphy, who's another made-up name that they threw on the list, I think. Because you have Roy Cooper and Phil Murphy. This very common white people names. Just throw those on there. We need some filler names.
I'm glad you said it.
Yeah. And then there's JB. Then there's JB Pritzker, who's the governor of Illinois, who's a sloppy. He's like the Democrat version of Chris Christie, just a sloppy fat dude who just doesn't make any sense. Has a crappy. I mean, the state of Illinois is pretty nice, except for Chicago. And then you have, of course, Gavin Newsom, who's
Jesus Christ. Did you see that? Their stats from 4th of July?
Yeah, it was bad. I don't know how I would stay as far away from Chicago as possible.
There's no reason for us to go. No, what is it? There is absolutely no reason to go. Like, what we gonna go see? We're gonna play tic-tac-toe and count all the bullet holes in every building? No, we're good. We're good. It's no point.
Yeah, they got mass shootings like every weekend, but they don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about when one person shoots up a couple things. They don't want to talk about the 75 people that get shot every weekend in Chicago.
Like
They don't talk about that.
110 people shot just in a weekend, a 4-day weekend.
That's
110
bad.
people shot,
How
and
could you
17
stand on
of
that? Like,
those died.
I think if I was like a law enforcement officer in Illinois, like a high ranking one, I would just walk into the governor's office and cuff him up and get him out of there. Like, look, people are dying under your watch, like massively. It's time for you to go. Time's up.
No, that's crazy. But anyways, go back to the
But
list.
then there's Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom's on the list, who runs the
Mhm.
worst state in America. And he looks like a super douche with this. Well, dang it. I was going to make fun of his slick back hair, but that's pretty much my hairstyle. So I guess I'm a douche too. And
Yeah,
then,
both
Shauna,
are.
brace yourself. A candidate that they have on the list from Georgia. Yes.
Who?
Stacey Abrams.
I'm not
She
surprised
can't even
Stacey
win
on there.
governor. I'm not, because CNN loves her. She's their favorite loser. She can't even win a governor's race. How many times she run
But that's
and
what I'm
lose?
saying.
She
I'm
even
not
cheated at
surprised
one
to
time
see
and
her
still
on there.
lost.
I'm not
She's a
surprised she is.
bum.
I think she has good
No,
intentions.
Colin, Trump has not picked the running mate. Who? Stacey Abrams? You tried to sneak that in there when I was distracted. Man, she's
has good intentions.
I'm not even gonna say it. I'm just gonna keep my big mouth shut because I do live in Georgia and she might try to take me out.
Mm-hmm. It's big Stacey, not the little one. So watch your back.
Yeah. She's crazy. Anyway, yeah. So Trump's is supposed to be announcing his running mate at the Republican National Convention, which is coming up next week, I think. I'd have to look at the dates, but I know we're getting close. I want Byron Donalds, but I'm starting to think that it might be Vivek Ramaswamy, which I'm kind of 50-50 on. But if Ramaswamy just sticks to the script, he's a very, very well-versed communicator. I think that's important. I think he would be good for the American people because he can articulate things. And he is very, very quick. You can't hardly get one over on him. So I wouldn't be opposed to him. I just worry because I looked into some of his campaign donations, and he did accept some money from some very well-known liberal donors, and that kind of threw some red flags up for me. So I've always kind of stayed back from Vivek Ramaswamy a little bit. But when you watch him on TV, he is a flawless person on TV. The guy doesn't make mistakes at all. So I wouldn't be totally against that. But yeah, the list of these, you're right, Sarge. The list of these people are expendable, especially Pete Buttigieg. He is a turd for many different reasons. We won't talk about it too much. Mayor Pete. Go to East Palestine, Ohio, Mayor Pete. People are drinking poison water.
They're drinking poison water here.
And they don't even they got poison water in Flint, Michigan, too.
Okay, exactly.
Democrat areas.
People here got poison water. What we talk about over there? That's the thing I hate. We always want to talk about national relations and what they going through. We going through stuff too.
Who?
We on the brink of homelessness. Shoot. Our food is literally poisoning us. We can't even, literally babies are being born with metal in their bloodstreams. Like, come on. Please.
Yeah.
And plastic. Let's talk about America.
And I just watched a video where this guy cut open, those tree air fresheners for cars.
Mm-hmm.
This guy cut one up on video, and there was a freaking transmitter in it. He said all of them have it, where they can listen to you in your car. Yeah, I'd cut them all up. Yep. They've been listening to you. You're on the list.
And I just took my car to the car wash too.
See, they got a web. They got a web. Like, I'm in the middle, and you just became a branch of my domestic terrorism web.
I am not a threat. Damn sure not no terrorist. But if they do want to kick me out somewhere nice, like the French
Well,
country.
they're gonna say that you hang. Well, they're gonna say that you hang out with a white nationalist. They're gonna want you to testify against me. So keep that in mind if you decide you want to try to testify
Yeah,
against me.
really, just put me in witness protection. I ain't saying nothing. Just put me in witness protection and let me lead another life
Mhm.
somewhere else. I'm
You
good.
only get witness protection if you testify against somebody.
I don't
So
want
you'd
to
have to be a
testify.
snitch.
Oh no, we ain't doing none of that. We not doing none of that. I don't
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, you don't know now? You might.
no.
Better not. We
Oh,
already figured it out at work that you work for the CIA. So
if I worked for the CIA, they could at least gave me a better assignment than being at this hot ass plastic recycling place.
what's wrong with it? It's awesome. You get to see me every day. But yeah, Buddha Gig, he's a turd, man. I agree with you on that one, Sarge. Of course, I don't like nobody on the list. They're all idiots. Even the people that are made up that they put on the list.
Jeez.
The conservatives, we don't have made up people on our list. We got one, Donald Trump. You just roll your eyes. Who's your candidate? Who are
Mm-mm.
you voting for, Sean?
I don't know.
Nothing. You're
I don't
gonna
know.
vote for
I'm
Jill
about to be.
Stein. I already
Look,
know.
look. I'm sticking beside him.
You got
I'm staying
arrested.
with Joe. I'm staying with Joe.
I'm gonna write you up tomorrow for saying that.
It's okay. That's fine.
I'm gonna
I'm
make
okay with that.
your supervisory person do it.
Okay. I'm voting for Canada. Thank you. Thank you. See?
Yeah, but
Sorry,
Canada's
kid.
communist. I'm not going there. Justin
Sorry,
Trudeau's
kid.
just as bad as Joe Biden. That guy's got he's got a super chub for China. He's like, come here,
Ooh.
Xi. What do you need, Xi? Xi Jinping. I want to be
I
Justin
cannot.
Jinping.
Oh my God. I
Guy's an
cannot.
idiot.
China hates
Justin
us.
Trudeau's a tyrant.
Mm,
That's
China hates us. Like literally
well, they
hates
like
us.
Justin Trudeau. You should see him at like some of these like European events. He like runs around and tries to find like Xi Jinping all the time. You can literally watch him on the camera like looking around, going, "Where's Xi Jinping at?" Can't wait to go shake his hand. Yeah. So now when we go through the list, we've gone through like several lists of people. So what does the Biden campaign do? They fell flat on their face after the debate. They've had these other like events, like they had the G7, they had the the interview with George Stephanopoulos. They've had all these campaign events. Biden's been running around doing stuff. He's been doing stuff, but the thing
Literally.
is as they've tried to re-energize him or rebrand him. And so what I've noticed, and if you pay attention to like ever since the debate, the Biden campaign has actually started their media campaign. They've had
Mm-hmm.
stuff out there, but you're hearing it more and more and more. And the first thing, like when I heard one on Spotify the other day, actually I've heard it probably like 50 times now, and it's basically a Trump guy going door to door trying to get votes, and the guy's like, "Oh, Trump and his white supremacy buddies," So that's a super negative, like, and the commercial is basically calling every Trump supporter a white supremacist. And so like it's automatically offensive to half the country. So what doesn't make sense is when these stupid politics, they go out and they do these things. Like Biden is highly screwing up, and every Democrat does the same thing. They attack the people that they should be trying to pull votes from. You know why you don't get Trump voters? Because you beat them into the ground every chance you get. They're never going to swap over to Biden if you keep punching at them. So that's a flawed tactic right off the bat. And for two, that's Biden campaigned on I'm bringing people together. But then this is his campaign strategy, to attack the opposition, even the voters of the opposition. That's a stupid tactic. He's an idiot for doing that. And whoever Joe Biden has the worst campaign staff I've on the planet, no matter what country. Even the most poorest country ever, Papua New Guinea, where they have cannibals that eat Joe Biden's uncle. Papua New Guinea has better campaign strategists than Joe Biden does. They are literally the worst. I've never seen a campaign so bad.
I feel like if anything, they worried about saying stuff like that. Y'all need to be showing us that Joe in tip-top shape to be running this country. Like,
I want to know what his
we
plan
know that
is.
y'all don't like that you don't like the people, the Trump supporters. We all know that. Whatever. Like,
all he gets on TV,
needs to be discussed.
all he says, he says MAGA, 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 MAGA all day. The MAGA Republicans, Project 2025, look it up. Google it. That's what Google it. He's going to kill everyone. If you're a liberal, he's going to kill you. And he's not saying it. Nobody's saying that. But it's all highly intense negative propaganda. He's using Nazism at its core, 100%. Who invented propaganda? The Nazis did. And these guys they're getting more and more closer to that, to the way that they did it in Germany back then. Scare people to death. And who's the most weak-minded people on the planet? Liberal white people. So they're always gonna pull those liberal votes. That's why this election is going to come down to the black male. The black male will win the election. And right now, Trump has pulled what?
These people are gonna be mad because if it's left down to them, a lot of black men who can vote are voting Trump, and that's just truth.
Yeah, it's hard to find a black male that's voting Biden. It's difficult because these guys are standing up and they're going, these principles just don't fit me anymore. Like maybe the Democrat ideology was good for me at once, but I'm watching this guy. You're watching these stupid white people go down and jump off the deep end for a guy who has dementia. I'm not going down with that ship.
All I'm saying is, if we have to have another 4 years of this, there ain't gonna be no damn America left. We all gonna be fucking homeless together. Yeah. And then they talk about they about to start arresting and giving tickets for you sleeping in public places. I guess we're all gonna just be in fucking jail because we all gonna be goddamn homeless.
Well, just move to San Francisco. You can be homeless wherever you want, and they can add to the poop map.
No. Have you seen the hills in San Francisco? Absolutely not.
Yeah, but they'll label it. They'll be like Shauna's poop right here. Right on the poop map.
All the people in California are weird.
That is true. Oh, they're showing the thing where Joe Biden's walking across the lawn and he's got these two ladies carrying all this luggage and he's just walking like like why you letting those?
That's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna put us in these damn camps. That's why they taking all the land. So we can't afford it. We're gonna have no choice. We're gonna have to all live on government assistance and live in these little 5-minute cities they want us to live in.
Well, Atlanta has one of the largest
you'll own nothing and be happy. Yep. Very true. You said
that is exactly what Klaus Schwab said at the World Economic Forum. It's in my book. I talk a lot about that in my book. Their plan is to make us rent.
So fucking weird.
That's the most evil thing in the world.
Like watching that whole conference was just like, he's saying this on national TV.
But it's like 4 days long. So you have all these other sub seminars going on at the same time. And so everybody speaks at them. Like this group will speak at this one, then this group will speak at this one. Yeah. And it's all to plug in their yearly agenda. And it's a big problem because it's the elites, but then there's like the people that aren't quite elites, but they're trying to recruit them in, like, hey, get on board with this. I don't want to spoil too much from my book because there's controlling factors involved in that whole ordeal that a lot of America don't understand is happening. And it's they already have us. The World Economic Forum already has us. We just don't officially know it yet. We're already done. We just don't know it yet.
Facts.
So it's going to be super facts when you read my book and you're like, oh my God.
Makes you want to have a drink. At least
there's
while we can, anyways.
There's only
Who
one
knows before
solution.
the booze become illegal again.
But yeah, we will eventually. They do not want us to own property. They do not want us to own even appliances. They want us to rent. If we don't have to own
nothing, that means we don't have to pay for nothing. I don't want to pay for nothing if I can't own it.
Yeah, but if you don't own your land, then they can come on that. The government can come on that land whenever they want. That's the kicker.
I don't know, sir.
They want the
they got us by the balls right now.
The United States Constitution is the only thing stopping them from fully taking us over.
You said what?
Sarge is right, but the United States Constitution is the only thing that's left in the way, and Trump is standing in the way of the Constitution. And the liberals don't want you to know that, because most of their elites are part of that. When you look at the World Economic Forum, it's full of a bunch of socialists and communists and Marxists, which is who our progressive movement is affiliated with. So that's why it's so liberalized. That's why our Democrat Party is in.
Like genders. That's so fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy.
What's your pronoun today?
What they've always been, she, her, because I'm a woman.
My pronoun today is shit ass.
Okay, well.
Because I identify as having Tourette's today. Shit.
Okay.
Am I allowed to do that, or did I just get canceled for the 100,000?
Well, I think it's quite offensive to the people who have Tourette's, so maybe canceled?
No, it's not, because I can identify as whatever I want, because that's what liberal America says I can.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go down that tunnel of pronouns. I don't even want to get into that. I think it's yeah.
I can't even say yes, ma'am in public, because I feel like I'm gonna get attacked by somebody.
Who can? I do it every day. I don't care. If you don't like it, oh well. You're in the South. You're gonna get a yes, ma'am, yes, sir. That's the way we were raised. I don't really care.
I still do it, but then I get ready to get punched. I say yes, ma'am, then I'm like, oh, defense mechanism.
I hope it's quick.
It is quick. I still got it.
Well, look, then you're okay. Hey, it's the name of the game. It is what it is. But I'm not gonna stop. But see, then we just talk about this. I'm not feeding into your delusion. Whatever you want to lead your life, that's fine. But I don't have to buy into it. I don't have to, and I'm not going to. So it is what it is. That's my choice as an American. That's my choice. I don't have to do that. No.
Well, when I'm dictator, that you won't have that choice anymore.
Okay, we'll see. Just go ahead and kill me now. You can use me as an example.
But anyway, what I want all of you to pay attention to is how negative and aggressively negative that the Biden's campaign has become. I've never seen a campaign this negative and this aggressive and this it's violent. They're running a violent campaign, and they're not going to win votes by doing that. I don't know who they think they're tricking. They're not going to win anything doing that. We stopped watching the comments.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, just trying to distract you. I agree, though. Don't ever.
Let's not get
Good thing I
canceled.
live in the country. I live in the country, so we don't do pronouns in Henry County, or at least on the south side of Henry County. They might do it in McDonough somewhere.
I'm so dead.
It's around those people that smell their own farts, so the carbon don't get in the oxygen.
I can see the Karens. You used the wrong pronouns. Going wire over it.
No, they do go crazy. There's a lot. Those liberal Karens are the worst. They just be flipping out for no reason.
You know, I work at Starbucks. See it every day. Every day.
And do it. I'd be like Joe Pesci on Casino.
It's almost $4 for a coffee.
It'd be like Joe Pesci on Casino and be like, "You want your pen? Here's your fucking pen. You want your coffee? Where's your fucking coffee? Yeah, here. Don't get."
No,
I don't have the patience for it. I'm on way too many steroids for that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Honestly, you get past it being coffee. You realize it's just crackheads. That's all it is. It's just we're the suppliers, we're the drug dealers, and we're giving everybody a fix every day. Let me tell you something, Sarge. We're not even gonna get into it. We don't have enough time. We'll have to discuss the Starbucks thing later.
Yeah, you got mermaid
but I
worship.
will say for the people, Shauna is a part of a unionized Starbucks. So for the ones who don't know, I'm actually at the #1 best unionized Starbucks store in Georgia. All right. So yeah, you do need more points. You got to spend that money though. You got to spend like $10 per drink in order to get more points. But yeah, it's interesting seeing these people unionized. Starbucks hates them. They hate.
Who's your union rep? Who's your union rep? Jimmy Hoffa?
No, it's a lady. But yeah, I'm working in this store, and when I tell you the deterrence that I got to not go to that store by multiple leaders in the company, and now that I'm over there, I see why they didn't want me to go there, because they can't do a fucking thing. And they hate that. They literally hate it.
That's because they worship mermaids. It's on your cup.
At the end of the day, yes, Sarge, we'll talk more about Starbucks later.
Because the guy who owns Starbucks, he was tripping on mushrooms in Washington one day outside of Seattle, and he looked out in the ocean and saw a mermaid.
Well, apparently Howard's an asshole. So
well, yeah,
there's
he's tripping on mushrooms.
He's an asshole, apparently. He goes to the reserve store.
I'm going to make mermaid coffee for $8 a cup.
Bro,
that tastes like dirty stuff.
For the fact that any modifications you do to this drink and it instantly becomes $10 for one drink, crazy.
I'm gonna stop this because this is not the Starbucks show.
We should do it as a thing. Talk about, since as workers, and we have to work there and deal with these hostile environments because of these fucking people with the Palestine shit. That is wild. We'll talk about that. Save that for a different day. For sure. Definitely.
Yeah. That's why Shauna's the assistant, so she's the brains behind everything. I'm just the beautiful face.
I just give the people's point of view, the ones who aren't as educated about politics in relations of the world. That's all.
Why? Oh my gosh. Univision. They have a commercial with Kamala Harris holding a crystal ball and sitting in the chair. I just saw it just now. I don't know what she was saying, but it didn't look good. It looked like she was rubbing Montel Williams' head.
Okay, well,
where's Big Mike? That's
dated,
all.
right?
That's their only hope.
Here we go.
Abrams,
Get
Big
off
Mike
of
ticket.
me. I'm not gonna go
Big
with
Mike
you.
Abrams.
All right, great people. As always, not even to do this with you. As always, leave comments and things that you want us to discuss. It doesn't always have to be politics. It can be things going on in the world. It could be talk about prices of food. Let's get into it. Let's get into these conversations. Let's talk about it. Let's challenge our minds and our mindsets and the things that we've been only knowing for so long.
Yeah. Big Mike, Stacey Abrams, 24.
All right. Anyway,
Hit the like and subscribe, or we can't be friends. Whatever. Still not going to be your friend. But we're going to tune out, and we will see you. What is today? Wednesday. We'll see you on Sunday. Maybe Shauna. You never know. She might come. She might not. She just kind of picks and chooses when she wants to be famous. Must be nice. But
sorry that I'm just leading such a busy life.
Everybody have a good week. Be safe out there. Be safe out there. Pray for Joe Biden. I'm out.